Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something a little different, a bit more personal. It's about looking back and thinking, if only I knew then what I know now. We all have those moments, right? Life is the best teacher, but sometimes the lessons are tough. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on my journey, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. And I've distilled it all down to 5 key pieces of advice that have genuinely changed my perspective. These are the things I truly wish someone had sat me down and explained to me when I was younger. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the 5 pieces of advice I wish I knew earlier. First up, and this is a big one, done is better than perfect. I can't tell you how many years I wasted trapped in the cycle of perfectionism. I'd have a great idea for a project, a business, or even just a new hobby, but I'd get stuck. I'd spend weeks, sometimes months, planning every single detail, trying to anticipate every possible problem, wanting everything to be absolutely flawless before I even started. And you know what happened? Most of those ideas never saw the light of day. They stayed as perfect, beautiful ideas locked away in my mind. The truth is, perfection is an illusion. It's a finish line that keeps moving. What I learned is that taking action, even imperfect action, is infinitely more valuable than waiting for a perfect moment that will never arrive. Your first attempt at anything will probably be a bit messy. Your first video, your first painting, your first business plan, it won't be your masterpiece. And that's okay. It's better to have something real and tangible that you can improve upon, rather than a perfect idea that exists only in your imagination. So, launch the website, post the video, write the first chapter, get it done, get it out there, and then you can start the real work of refining and improving. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. The second piece of advice is something that took me a long time to truly internalize. You are not the main character in everyone else's story. It sounds a little harsh, but it's one of the most liberating truths you can embrace. We tend to walk through life with a spotlight on ourselves, thinking everyone is noticing our every move, judging our every mistake. Remember that time you tripped in public or said something awkward in a meeting? You probably replayed it in your head 100 times, cringing. Well, here's the secret. Most people didn't even notice. And if they did, they forgot about it 5 minutes later. Why? Because they're busy being the main character in their own story. They're worried about their own awkward moments, their own insecurities, and what you think of them. Understanding this is incredibly freeing. It allows you to take more risks, to be more authentic, and to stop censoring yourself out of fear of judgment. When you realize that you're just a supporting character in most people's lives, just as they are in yours, it takes so much pressure off. You can focus on your own path without the constant, imaginary weight of everyone else's opinion. Alright, number 3, and this one is crucial for your well-being. Your no is just as important as your yes. For a long time, I was a chronic people pleaser. I would say yes to everything. Extra work projects? Yes. Social events I didn't want to attend? Yes. Favors that stretched me thin? Yes. 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 I thought being agreeable and helpful was the key to being liked and valued. But what I was actually doing was burning myself out and sacrificing my own needs and priorities. I was giving away my most valuable resources, my time and energy, to things that didn't align with my goals or bring me joy. Learning to say no is not about being selfish or unkind. It's about setting boundaries. It's about respecting yourself and your own capacity. When you say no to something you don't want to do, you're actually saying yes to something more important: your mental health, your personal projects, your rest, or time with loved ones. A thoughtful no is more honest and respectful than a resentful yes. It takes practice, but mastering the art of the polite but firm no will revolutionize your life. It gives you back control over your own schedule and your own happiness. Moving on to advice number 4, and it's a game changer for growth. Seek out discomfort. Our natural human instinct is to seek comfort and avoid pain. We like routines, familiar places, and predictable outcomes. But here's the thing. Nothing ever grows in the comfort zone. Every major period of growth in my life has been preceded by a period of significant discomfort. Moving to a new city, starting a new career, public speaking for the first time, learning a difficult skill, all of these things were scary and uncomfortable. My brain was screaming at me to retreat to what was safe and known. But pushing through that discomfort is where the magic happens. It's where you build resilience, confidence, and new capabilities. Intentionally putting yourself in situations that challenge you is like a workout for your character. It could be as small as starting a conversation with a stranger or as big as launching your own company. The fear and uncertainty are signs that you're on the right track, that you're stretching your abilities. So, instead of running from that feeling of discomfort, learn to lean into it. See it as a signpost for growth. Your future self will thank you for it. And finally, the fifth piece of advice, perhaps the most important of all: consistency is more powerful than intensity. We live in a culture that glorifies the grand gesture, the crash diet, the all-night study session, the intense week-long workout plan. We want results, and we want them now. I used to fall for this all the time. I'd go all in on a new goal with incredible intensity for a week or two, and then, inevitably, I'd burn out and quit, ending up right back where I started. What I eventually learned is that small, consistent actions performed over a long period of time are what create massive, lasting change. Someone who works out for 30 minutes every day will be in far better shape than someone who does a grueling 4-hour workout once a month. Someone who writes 1 page a day will finish a novel, while someone who waits for a burst of inspiration might never write a word. The power is in the habit, not the occasional heroic effort. It's not as glamorous, and it requires patience, but it's the only thing that truly works. Choose a sustainable pace and just keep showing up, day after day. That slow, steady compound effect will eventually lead you to achieve things you once thought were impossible. So, to recap, the 5 pieces of advice I wish I'd known earlier are: 1. Done is better than perfect. 2. You are not the main character in everyone else's story. 3. Your no is as important as your yes. 4. Seek out discomfort. And 5. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. These aren't just catchy phrases. They are operating principles that have fundamentally improved my life, reduced my anxiety, and helped me achieve more meaningful goals. I hope they resonate with you too. Maybe you're already practicing some of them, or maybe one of them is the exact thing you needed to hear today. Let me know in the comments which piece of advice hit home the most for you, or if there's a piece of advice you'd add to this list. I'd love to read your thoughts. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. It really helps the channel out. Until next time, take care and keep growing.